Welcome back to another episode of Blended Views Unfiltered, where we talk life, love, and business. This is DeAndre.
Hi, it's me.
Kind of scared me a little bit.
You didn't like that one?
No, I'm Kenesha.
Y'all want to do another one?
No. So, we're going to jump right into it, guys. This episode here,
I need some more water.
we go do a temperature check on my lovely ladies here. We just want to check in on y'all. But first, we go start out with a question that a lot of us guys have for you, for women, but you guys are going to represent women today.
Yesterday, I represented a man, so we always represent women.
So, do you guys think there will ever be a time when the natural woman will be a thing?
I'm sorry?
The natural woman. No weave, no lashes.
Oh, like the 90s.
The 90s and before. Like, do you guys ever think that will ever come back?
It's not good.
You farted?
No, please. Okay. Yes. Because I think it's kind of like starting to slowly, like as you look at these celebrities, they're getting all this stuff dissolved.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's for health reasons or what, but it's happening. And I don't even think that it went out of style. It just got overshadowed by like these big butts and.
You don't think it went out of style? How often do you actually see it?
What, a natural woman?
Just a natural, yeah.
I feel like I see it all the time.
Right. It's not as rare as you're making it seem. It's just not as pushed to the forefront.
When you go on social media and then what media promotes, like, it's really not the natural woman at all. They call it natural, but they usually have on.
That's what I'm saying. It's pushed to the forefront, like the not natural, but it's not as rare as you may think. Like it's still there. It's just overshadowed by that.
So like the 1% has it, but like the other 99% really can't afford it.
Well, they've made it affordable. A BBL back in the day used to cost
thousands.
Yeah, now you can get one for $3,000.
Monthly subscriptions.
Yep.
But I mean, in the city of Youngstown, I only know of like maybe 4 people who've gotten a BBL. I only know 4.
Yeah, it's more than that.
I only know 4.
Quite a few.
Off the top of my head.
BBLs, teeth done.
Teeth is something different.
Yeah, all that.
Nah, that's all part of it. We go loop that right on in there because these
teeth count.
These extremely white teeth that
you
we
can
know
see in the dark.
Yeah, we know that's for what? Unless something's wrong, of course. But I mean, just to be having them.
Yeah, because when you have like that brown tooth, you gotta get that fixed. What? It's important. Teeth lives matter. Okay, so it's important to get that brown tooth fixed.
So you guys do think it's gonna make a resurgence?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that you two would special occasion? It would be like a natural wear.
Huh?
Like you would go out on a nice occasion without all of that.
Yeah.
You mean like today? I don't get it.
What's today?
Like that's what I'm saying.
This is her special occasion.
Wedding.
Without
gala.
makeup.
The makeup outfit has always been around, so I don't really want to say. But you know what?
Tell me.
What do y'all call it?
I don't know.
What?
A beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we call it?
A beat. A face beat.
Oh.
Without the face beat, makeup cool. But without the extra, the stuff that don't blend in with your skin because it's 2 different shades and all that extra.
That is still under the category of makeup.
Yeah, but I can't stand that.
They just call it getting your face beat.
That's
so
ridiculous.
Getting your makeup done
don't get
is
it
just
beat.
I'm gonna be honest with
transformed
you.
into being called.
I can't stand the beats.
I'm gonna be honest.
Just
with
put some
you.
makeup on.
That is what the hell are you
Normal
saying?
makeup. Like, can it blend? Like, let it blend all the.
So do you think a face beat intentionally does not blend?
I can pull up. Listen, I can pull up all kinds of pictures.
I'm not saying that they don't,
especially with that ring light. It exposes the neck and the ears.
You take Kanisha's complexion, but her makeup be the complexion of this doggone chair.
Yeah.
And you be looking like
that ain't it.
You be like, oh, I'm out here beating, and us men, we be like, you two-tone. Like that's different.
It's like a Dalmatian.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never had my face beat. Well, there was a couple of times, but
you went from none to a couple.
Well, that was, I probably shouldn't have said that.
Okay,
because I meant a different type of beat. Anywho, it's a little dark humor.
Every day.
It's just dark humor. That's it.
Dang.
Why? Would you say?
I'm sorry. Well, it's just dark humor. I don't typically wear makeup that much. So.
Okay.
I can't stand that term, face beat. Sorry.
Dre, please move on. My God, today.
You trying to collect this up right now?
Because listen. All right. So, do women break rules for men they like? Or is this statement true or false? Women break rules for men that they like and break rules. Hold on.
I get what you're saying.
Break rules for men they like and
break rules for, yes, and make rules for men that they don't like. Is
yes.
this true or false?
Yes.
Yep.
Why?
Because we don't want to either be with you or we really want to be with you.
Correct. It's as simple as that. Like literally as simple as that. It's not an equation. It's just like
So are they really rules then?
Yes.
Because they could be rules disguised or standards disguised as rules, but really it's like you breaking these for this dude over here.
Mm-hmm. Who's the exception?
Yeah, I think it's like, yes, standards, rules, whatever you want to call them. We'll break them for somebody we like and make them for somebody we is not rocking with.
Right.
That's it. There's no rocket science. You can actually proceed to the next question.
All right.
The answer is yes.
Okay.
1000% yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, here's another one.
Go.
What do you guys think, and I know you've been married, you have not, but on average with women, or you can speak from what you guys would or would not do. Would you marry someone that you love or respect?
Me, personally, respect. Because I personally have a hard time being successful in a relationship where I don't respect the other party.
Okay.
Why
Personally.
would I pick somebody that I love?
Love ain't enough.
I belong in the wrong generation. I'm not supposed to be here.
So you said you're choosing love?
Yeah, why else are we getting married?
Okay, why?
What do you mean? I just feel like, is respect a hard thing to like do with your partner?
So there's mine. It's okay. Men want respect. So if I had to marry for something out of my love, I'm going to give respect.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so why doesn't that automatically? I just feel like with me, like if this is a person that I love and, we're obviously talking about marriage, we got something serious going on here. I feel like I would respect this person.
Sometimes when that love ain't enough, because they done made you mad, if I respect you, I'm not going to go too far. But there's sometimes like, because I didn't respect the guy or that man, like whatever I wanted to say, I said. Whatever I wanted to, I wouldn't say do as far as cheating and
I
stuff.
could see that.
I did not. But it just was no high regard for who he was. And younger me destroyed and looked at his insecurities, and I exposed them multiple times and consistently.
In that story that I told about that guy I was talking to, like when that girl contacted me and I like reached out to him, I had no respect for him at that point, which is why I said whatever I wanted to say. Correct. So I could see that, like literally whatever I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So women, majority of the time, choose safety over love.
Yes. I would.
And as long as you feel safe.
Security.
That's what safety is.
Yeah.
As long as you feel safe with someone, you don't need to be in love with them right away.
Correct.
That can come on the back end.
Yeah.
But safety is respect, though. Because you're not going to feel safe with someone unless you respect them.
Right.
And you'll choose that a lot faster than you will.
This Kenesha would. You asked me when I was about 18, 19.
You're saying love.
I would have said love.
Because of the misconceptions of love.
Correct.
And the definitions aren't really defined to us when we're younger growing up.
Correct.
Unfortunately. And that fairy tale part.
Yeah. Plus our brain ain't finished growing until we 25 anyways.
Yeah. So the respect thing. You sticking with your answer? Different perspective or a mixture?
Probably a mixture.
Because the love can come, right? And typically, a lot of people, especially nowadays, find they fall in what they call love first. And if done right, you begin to respect them fairly quick for the most part, unless you have some sort of respect for them up front. But if you don't feel safe with that joker, you will say and do
whatever you want to.
Yes.
It's automatic.
Yeah.
Especially me. Oh, no.
We can only imagine.
Especially me. That was just younger me. This me. I'm but I don't, like, I didn't curse. But I have my toxicity. I have very toxic trait when I was younger that I didn't know that I had. And that was, I felt like as long as, and I learned it from my dad, I felt like as long as my voice, I wasn't yelling at you. I think I said this before. As long as I wasn't yelling at you, and what I said was nice.
What? You, sir, are a big black asshole. Yeah. You big black asshole.
Correct.
So you felt like
I would be in there like this. I said, to be honest with you, I feel like I can lead this family better than you can. Essentially, every step that you've taken thus far has led our family to detriment. It's the reason why we don't have gas, the reason why our water didn't cut off, and electricity about to get shut off too. And because of your misguidement, your misguided ways, and your poor planning, and your lack of risk assessment, we're in this position, which makes me believe that I can lead this family better than you can.
But you know what? I don't think that's disrespectful.
I don't either.
I think that's real talk coming from a wife to a husband, and a lot of times, a lot of husbands, a lot of men, wouldn't be able to handle that conversation. But that's a tough conversation,
and that's why I'm divorced now.
But that's so real though. Yeah, that's not disrespect.
Okay, so this is me.
It could be taken as that though.
Yes,
it could be taken as that.
What I didn't do back then is right now, I said what I said. I provided you evidence. Back then, I just looked you dead in your face and I said, I could do this better than you.
With no evidence.
And walked off. Oh, well then if you bad, then go do it. Bet. I will.
Okay.
Mature me is like, this is the reason why I feel this way.
How you broke it down before though.
Yeah.
That's good talking. Should be receptive. Probably won't be depending on how mature the guy is.
Yeah.
But that's good talking, right? That's good communication.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm like me as a man. If I hear that,
yeah,
I feel some type of way,
right?
But not about you.
Got you.
Because now I'm looking at it like this is how my woman or this is how my wife views me now.
It forces self-evaluation.
Dang on right. So now I got a choice I got to make.
Yeah.
You know, I got to get to it and make something shake ASAP.
Right.
Or we go be in this
rut.
Yeah, for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough combo right there.
That is.
Man. All right.
And here we are. And this is why I and like I said, I just felt like that to me it was a toxic trait. Because
with how you present your delivery.
With how I present, it was my delivery.
Yeah.
I would say it in a calm tone, and as long as I didn't yell at you, it was nice. And like, whoa, why are you yelling at me? I didn't yell at you. Calm your voice, because I'm just talking regular. We having a conversation, right?
What was your toxic trait in a relationship?
The first one.
What?
The first one.
First what?
Relationship.
Oh.
My body slammed.
Number one. Go.
So, man, one of my worst ones was being able, you were the invisible man, woman to me. That was a very, like, basically I could live with you and you are non-existent at the same time. I could sleep in the same bed, could care less if you're there. We could be walking past each other in the kitchen, whatever. It's as if though you're not even there. Won't say a word with you. If you piss me off enough, I used to be real grudgy, hold all kind of grudges like crazy. It'd be real bad. And yes, and I could go on for that for weeks, and I would be perfectly fine. If anybody else came through that threshold, hey, laugh, talk, whatever the case with everything, but you, non-existent.
Ooh-wee.
Oh, it was bad.
Yeah, you will have to get out.
Yeah, you have to.
It was real bad because you were invisible to me.
That
You'll have to get out.
Or sweet potato pie would be made.
I wouldn't eat it.
That's even deeper.
You come in there with some food.
Yeah, like you in there cooking
eat my food,
just eat.
And then you come in there with a bucket of chicken.
Dang right. Come with a pizza.
Disrespectful.
Already ate today.
That's like off of Love and Basketball.
It was bad. Yeah. Until we talked and communicated, whatever. But typically then it was like me. It's like, okay, we got into it. And even if you created the mess and we argued about it and you pissed me off even more, and now you don't want to do anything, and you just think that you could throw some buns at me, because I would ignore the buns too.
It's even worse.
Yeah. It was bad. It was bad. Yeah. But I'm not like that anymore, thankfully.
I'm glad. I'm proud of you.
Thankfully.
Now I will say the worst, the most toxic thing that has been done to me outside of lying with a male is the I don't even want to say it's toxic. The most hurtful was when my tears didn't mean anything.
Oh
yeah.
Listen.
That's part
this
of
one
invisible.
time I was in college and I was being so dramatic. I was like looking in the mirror, looking at my tears fall. Like, yeah, we about to get them.
Yeah.
So I told one of our mutual friends, go tell him I'm crying. So I was like laying in my bed, lights off, still making tears come down. So like when he came through the door, like the tears was there. Do you know this fucker never came? Never came.
Good.
So after a good 10 minutes, I'm like, hey,
did you tell him?
do we know I'm still crying? Yeah, girl, I told him. Where's he at? Never came. And I'm just like, oh no. Cry in front of you, like nothing. Yeah, that's a gut punch there.
You become look.
Yeah, if my
as
tears
a man,
don't mean nothing,
you become
I'm not
numb
a crier.
And I'm not a crier.
Because here's the thing: if you have used your tears as a weapon, and once we find out, no, we don't care.
If me crying means nothing to you, then what is going to shake you?
Because we don't know if it's
what
real
is going to shake you.
Me crying like I'm sad.
But see, at the same time, this is what I had to realize.
Y'all use it as a weapon.
No.
Don't weaponize them tears.
What I had to realize though is that
I know my mind stopped me. So
I don't normally cry, right? But with him, I'm always crying.
Yeah, that's how it usually goes.
And so then I didn't realize that I was crying too much.
No.
And then it wasn't until he looked at me, he was like, what are you crying for now? And I was like,
You know.
No. You know what I did once before? So this joker started crying. One of my exes. We going back and forth, and she on cue started crying, and I was like, "Why are you looking like me?" I said, "Cause you're faking, and I don't give a dang about them crying." She went, "Yeah." So, and I was like, "See, I told you."
see,
How you come right on up out of that?
and she gave us up.
You know
You got another one sitting there
so?
crying. I'm like, I know my tears don't mean anything. No, they don't.
I was crying and lying, child.
Listen,
See
that's
that?
right.
I was crying.
See?
I was crying and lying.
Crying and lying.
Listen,
I was crying and lying.
I got the attention I wanted the first time.
That's why it'd be hard for me now. Like, get with somebody and they start crying. It's kind of like, all right,
listen.
well, I don't know if this is real or not, but
No, and I'm like glad that I've matured and like can look back on that like, girl, you had no business.
No business.
No
Faking the
whatsoever.
funk.
Listen.
Oh, but not all the time. But there was a few
But that's
times.
like the little boy that
I was
cried
crying
wolf.
and lying.
Listen, and college was real bad. College was real bad for crying. I was dating this one guy, and he was staying with his friends in the what's the courtyards. He wasn't even supposed to be there. He was sleeping on the couch. And he locked me out of the apartment.
How you gonna lock me out of something that ain't even yours?
For crying?
No.
Oh.
I was outside the door crying. I was
He
like,
said, keep them tears on the other side of the
I
door.
was over there texting like, I'm here, come outside. And I can hear the music blaring. And I was like, oh no, that's happened to me
I
twice.
laughed at a chick for crying because it was real funny. Usually, I don't know why you're crying. I just bust out laughing because the face that she was making, everything was just like,
Dang.
I don't care about this.
You an asshole.
No, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. In my old age, I don't know what it is. When people cry before me, it makes me laugh. I don't know if it's like a nervous tick
Them
or
faces.
it be the faces.
Them faces.
I have seen
Them
If I
cry
some
ever start
faces.
crying in
people.
front of you and you start laughing,
It better be a real good reason, because if it's not,
You're
and you
you're
just
gonna
sitting there
laugh.
crying, I'm gonna sit there and laugh
What do you
at
mean
you.
if I'm just sitting there crying?
So like, if you call me and you're like, oh man, somebody that I really love passed away.
Oh, that's different.
That's good. I'm not gonna laugh at you for that, right? But if you come to me and you're like, I just don't even have the money to pay the bill, and then I went outside and my car was gone, and I am gonna be sitting there.
I'm going through distress and you're laughing.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Or stupidity, or you crying over something that you definitely should not be crying over, like in
How
a
you gonna
relationship.
tell me what to cry over?
Oh, if it's stupid to me, I'm gonna be sitting there cracking up. I
are
was on the phone with a
ridiculous.
friend and she was crying, and I literally acted like I had another call coming through.
Why didn't you just
and
mute it?
took off? No, I took off the screen. You know how you can turn off your screen on FaceTime?
Oh, yeah.
I shut the screen off. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
Chick said I shut the screen off.
Listen,
Couldn't do it.
My daughter is like that with her friends, though. She don't know what to do, so she freeze. She
be like doing that face.
She like, Dad, I don't know what to do. She started crying, and I just froze. I said, "You froze?" She was like, "Yes." Look, I sent her this the other day and told her that's her.
Let me see.
That's an
Choking
ugly
me.
face she made.
I said that be you just sitting there like
Listen, I can't even watch movies with her in it
because of that.
because
Kerry
of how much she
Washington.
cried
She
and
cried.
freaking Scandal.
She cried in everything that she's in.
Everything.
That was an American Sun movie, wasn't it?
I don't know what that was.
When she was playing movies like Against All Odds. It was that boxing movie. Yeah. I think her and Meg Ryan was in it. Her older stuff, Save the Last Dance. I liked her. This new after Scandal, that have been crying in every scene.
Maybe she's a good crier.
The way and after
get
she
paid for
lost
that
that
face.
weight and all that, it all shrunk up.
Next question, guys. Go. Is it true that you don't spend money on a man unless you really like or love him?
No. You take it away first. No. Take me away, Kerrigan.
That's not true.
What do you mean, like buying them stuff?
Buying them stuff, a date, it could be anything. Like you're not about to spend your money on.
I'd pay for a date. Yeah, I'd pay for a date.
Even if it was a first date.
No,
I have.
I'm not paying for.
I paid for the first date.
I'm not doing that.
I paid for the first date because I knew that was it.
But like, if I ask you to do something, like, hey, let's go get ice cream, or let's go, I'll pay for that.
But what if it was a first date? Okay, so what if you really like the guy because we done went through the talking, hang out phase, all that. Mm-hmm. You really wanted to go on a date. Maybe you guys coordinated on this date. Mm-hmm. Meaning like it was like a mutual, like, let's go on a date. We should, like, it wasn't like him asking you or you asking him. Like, would you pay for that?
No.
He has to pay for the first one no matter what.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
I paid for it.
What if another man was telling you that your man was not a real man if you were paying for a date?
That would mean nothing to me. No.
Okay.
Like if he's telling me my man's not a real man if I pay for any of our dates.
Yes.
No. Like what?
Who are you first?
Right.
Of all?
Like what do you have going?
He trying to get at you.
Clearly, that's why. Then that has
first
literally would mean nothing to me.
Okay.
Nothing whatsoever.
Who are you? He just trying to date me. You know what I would say? Because I am the person I am. How about you show me better?
Okay.
Oh. Show me what a man's supposed to do.
Okay.
But yeah. What do you feel? How do you feel when a woman pays for your food?
I'm great. I'm good.
See, when I pay for that dude's food.
Don't bother me at all.
As it shouldn't. When I paid for this dude's food, he was just like, I messed up, didn't I? That's what he said. And I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, this isn't gonna work.
Yeah, I would pay for a date. Not the first one though. Yeah.
What? Go ahead. You were about to say something?
No.
Okay. What's something that you guys have not fully accepted about yourself?
Like anything?
Anything.
Well, you can go first.
I just really like downplay how big my ass is. Like, I just don't think that I've accepted that it's big as hell. And I just like tote it around every day. Back hurts sometimes. And I think it's because like I don't like a lot of attention, but it's big as hell.
Kanisha wasn't expecting that. I see.
There was the answer that I thought she could have said, and then it was the answer that she actually said.
So why is that a struggle for you? Other than the attention and you like, why is it?
I try to be a humble person. I don't like all that attention. Sometimes I be trying to lead his ass out, but you know what?
And how do you do that?
I be trying.
Pilates.
I can't. It's like... I have realized that as far as like dating, people have said it to me before, even yo bald head said it to me, and I just like let it go in one ear and out the other because I just convinced myself, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know me. But the more and more that I see is just like, I am not open to a lot of things when it comes to dating. Like, I just feel like I'm locked in on
the nubs.
No, that is a non-negotiable. I am not budging. Just like a different type of guy. Cause like I just be so locked in on, it's like, oh, this is the type of guy that I like. And I'm kind of like closed-minded to exploring other options. So, yeah. The question was, what have I not fully accepted?
What have you not fully accepted about yourself?
I probably answered that wrong, but we're going to stick with that.
Well, I think you answered it right.
No, but you can do another one. And
I'm not going to. I don't have another one. I gave you two.
Sounds wonderful.
I gave you two of them.
That's crazy.
Okay.
I have found out that I am a hopeless romantic, and that I actually fall quite easily.
Okay.
You may be in the same boat as that.
Yeah. I 100% fall easy. I initiate my hope real fast, and that fantasy, it goes rapid in my head.
Correct.
But on the outside,
it's like, you even like me?
I be like,
but inside, I'm planning our wedding.
Correct.
And I just met you 6 hours ago.
I did.
We're already walking down the aisle.
We walked down the aisle, and we got 2 kids.
I'm writing your name in my notebook and then my name with your last name in the notebook.
Right.
Just to see if it looks correct on paper.
Right. I'm asking you what you like and what your favorite color is, because when you see me, I'm going to make sure I at least have that color on.
Correct. I'm also guilty of that. I don't know if as far as going is to make sure I got your favorite color on, but everything else you said, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, even though all that's going on in my head, I would say within the last 2 years, I fought to show it. So I don't show it. And I'll sit there and be like, oh, I'll know that you're not all for me. And I'll be like, I'll sit here and listen to all your escapades and everything. I'll listen to it. And knowing that it actually hurts me. And then I did plan our whole wedding.
And you over here talking about some other girl?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're a hopeless romantic.
Yeah. Hopeless? No, helpless.
Oh, a helpless.
Yeah.
Oh, helpless.
Because that hope be real strong in there. It'd be real strong. So that's why
She's
I gotta
a hopeful,
be real
helpless romantic.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I gotta tone that down. I be trying to tell, and I don't know if this is bad. Is it bad to tell too much about yourself?
I think too early. Me personally, I do.
But the core things, I'm talking like, I'm not a dishonest person. I'm gonna tell you about because I feel like because I was married, it's important for you to know. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell a guy, I'd be like, listen, I'm gonna talk to you about my marriage this one time, and then that's it. I'm not bringing it up again.
I don't think stuff like that is bad.
No, it's not.
No.
I believe that you should have a like categories. Mm-hmm. Like certain things should be revealed up front that shouldn't come on the back end.
Correct.
Like nothing should hit anybody by surprise. It should be one of those things. Only thing on the back end that should be hitting by somebody by surprise are like pet peeves or like, oh, what's some stuff that like stuff like that. But yeah, very important stuff should be said up front.
Like, hey, I got a meat in my pants.
Right. Or used to.
Yeah.
Or used to,
yeah.
So like for me, I'll tell you, I was like, I don't play fight. Like, don't come over here and
you're explaining why.
Like, don't do that.
That's all important up front.
I feel like this is
so that's not too much at all.
I don't like that. Yeah. Or not play wrestling.
Yeah. Too much is like, I like to swallow it whole and let you. That could be too much on the first date.
I agree. I agree.
Being extremely vulnerable on the first date.
Define.
Extremely vulnerable. You want me to define that?
Yes.
Let me define that.
Show
That's
me.
where I'm talking
by telling
about,
someone
divulging too much.
Yes.
Yeah, like, oh my God, like I fall really easily. I'm really
like
clingy.
Oh no, we're not
and
saying
you're
that.
like, oh, my family's going through so much. Trey, that's too much. First meeting somebody and divulge that.
No, that's too much.
That is too much.
I got it.
Okay.
I understand.
So, you liked that, though.
I did not.
You did?
I did not. Where's the proof that I liked it?
We were all there.
Yep, trying to save me.
Lord Jesus.
Well, you see, I gave up rather easy because I saw you give in.
I did not give in. I can't believe y'all didn't carry that joke up out of there.
they went,
well, we tried.
We tried.
Y'all went to bed. Y'all went to bed.
I had to go to bed, child. I was sleepy. I tried.
Anyways, so helpless romantic.
Yes.
No such thing. You're hopeful romantic. That's what I am.
Hopeful.
Yes.
Very hopeful.
You're hopeful. There's hopeless.
I like that better.
And
hopeful romantic.
Hopeful is what I am. That's exactly what you are.
I'm definitely.
It's different than hopeless.
Yeah, because my hope, I was saying helpless.
Yeah,
but
you're saying helpless.
hopeful. I'm very hopeful.
Hopeful romantic. This is what a hopeful romantic is.
Tell us.
I have my own version of it, but I figured let me get the actual definition first because I've been saying that for years that I used to be a hopeless, but now I'm a hopeful one.
Okay.
Hopeful is sharing some belief in relationship destiny, but also having what are known as growth beliefs. Someone who is secure in themselves and wants a relationship that adds to their life versus saves them from being alone.
Yeah.
Hopeless romantic is a person who continues to believe in love no matter the struggles they might have experienced in the past.
Yeah, no, I ain't that heifer.
They choose to see the positive in relationships over the negative, believing wholeheartedly that love conquers all.
I was that.
That's hopeless romantic.
I was that.
And that's insane.
I was that. I felt like all I had to do was love you this way and it would change. Mm-hmm. Like love concert, all I got to do is love you 50 times, maybe 51 times.
Do you guys feel like in this generation or whatever, like with the way that stuff is going, that like having hope still is kind of foolish?
No.
Maybe not foolish, but I
think to a lot of people, having hope looks stupid, so they disguise it in something else, even though they really do have hope. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But they look stupid because most of the time, anyways, everybody goes in feet first versus head first.
But I'm saying, like, the way that stuff goes, I just feel like a lot of times relationships are just, I don't feel like people take it serious anymore. So with all three of us being hopeful romantics and knowing that people have, like, these different motives and relationships aren't what they used to be anymore, do you think it's kind of pointless to be like, no, well, I still have hope that I'm going to end up in this relationship?
Nope. So that goes into what I just said, though, right? If you go in feet first, you go in taking off running, which is what most people do. Right. I'm running to fall in love. I'm running to do this. If you go in head first, nothing else can really move yet. Right. So I can go at my own pace. Right. And if I'm thinking with my head, then I'm asking questions. I'm doing certain things. And I can, if I'm coming to you and I'm trying to date you with my head, then I'm thinking, ain't no good. Right. And I go to Kanisha, that's trash. So I can keep going until I actually see where the perfect fit is. Versus if I go in feet first, we hitting the ground running. Right. And I may pick her up on the way too. Right. And that's only because you're not fulfilling me because I wasn't thinking with my head. Right. Right. So.
And I think that out of all of the feelings in a relationship, I feel like the one that is misidentified is hope. A lot of people don't realize when, no, that's just your hope engaged. Especially children of successful marriages, like with their parents. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I seen my mom and dad struggle when we were little with certain things. And so when I got older, I thought like, oh, this is just part of our struggle. This is our one thing that we have to get over. Once we get over this, then we can get to being married for 30 years. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't realize that I was consistently accepting abuse, essentially, it's like, no, you need to you beat a dead horse. So, yeah. Hope is definitely misidentified.
I feel like if we had more examples of what like healthy relationships are, not just from the outside, but if we had healthy examples as far as boundaries, standards, what arguing really looks like, healthy arguing, healthy communication, I think that hope would look a lot better than it is. I wouldn't say that it's foolish because I feel like everybody has some sort of hope in them that they're going to find it. It is super hard to find it these days because it's so messy out here. And it's not enough people that actually know themselves well enough to actually truly even be in a relationship with somebody else to take them into consideration, their feelings. Because folks' communication be out here boo-boo.
Man.
It'd be real bad.
I went on a date with someone recently. And, I have my questions that I ask. And I always ask about God, what they feel about God, and I let him answer. And I asked another question about finances, right? And if he felt, if he believed in woman and men's work as far as gender roles. And every time I asked a question, he answered it. And it was stupid, but regardless, the one thing that bothered me, besides the simple fact that it was stupid, if I had to put these things on the list, the things, him saying whatever he said being stupid was at the bottom. The thing that made me upset was number one, and so he never asked what my opinion was of it. He never said, what about you? Because so now this is an interview. Mm-hmm. You made it into an interview. Yeah. Now this is an audition. Instead of you trying to find out about me, and it's like, you don't really want to know.
Did he have any questions for you?
He didn't have any questions for me. After, I think like 2 or 3 weeks, I seen him again, and he said, now I'm on demon time. After, and I said, that's what he said. First, he wanted a relationship, and he was seeking that relationship with me. After our date, and after I said, you know what, this isn't going to work out, right? 3 weeks later, when I seen him, he said, now I'm on demon time.
He about to get in these streets.
Right. And that's what he said. And
he
I
about
said,
to fuck something.
That's what he said.
That man said he on demon time. You woke up his inner beast. Oh, you gonna deny me because I ask you what you think about this? Watch this. What the hell?
That's what he said. And I was like, why are you on demon time? He said, after my date with you, I realized that I'm not ready. And I think I need to be by myself for a while. And I said, I didn't mean to discourage you. It wasn't my fault. That wasn't my intention. But like, just some of the stuff that was said, it threw me off. Like, I asked him about God, and he said, verbatim, well, I grew up in the church, and and then we and then I do feel like never finished the sentence. That's exactly where he went. So I'm just staring at him at this point because he's not saying anything. And then he said, I don't believe in the masses. So now I'm trying to figure out who is the masses, because I thought this was one word. Like it was the masses.
The masses?
He said the masses. But he meant the masses, like the church as a collective and everybody doing what they're supposed to do. And I would like in mega churches, what everybody else is believe. And I said, okay. But the thing that got me is he said, the reason why I don't believe in Jesus is because the letter J didn't come out till 500 years ago. So what was they calling him? What was they calling him? I said, what? He said, how was they calling him Jesus if there was no J's? Yep.
Where you be finding these people?
Side of the road, I guess.
What do you guys do?
I don't like that. That would have really thrown me for a loop. And I would have just been sitting like,
girl, I agreed quickly.
Like Yahweh or Yeshua or any. But you're focused on, you don't believe in Jesus because the letter J.
It didn't get created till 500 years ago, and this stuff happened in the AD times. I said, you know what? That's the smartest thing I ever heard in my life.
What do you guys read on dates, like about the person?
Oh,
like, are you just firing off questions, or are you like reading body language? Are you paying attention to
etiquette? Stuff like that. I look at
fingernails.
Oh, we starting with a fingernail.
You're reading fingernails?
Fingernails, teeth.
Okay, okay, listen. What are you reading about the person?
What they wear.
Listen.
Eye contact.
I think the first thing that one of the first things would be like your date etiquette. Like, do you
pull out my seat,
open my door?
So that's being a gentleman. Y'all looking at chivalry. That's cool. But what do you read? Okay, when you're asking questions and you're conversating with this individual,
Oh, okay.
Your phone in your hand? Are you making eye contact?
What are you reading?
Yeah.
Like,
are we
from,
actually
what are you
conversating?
Are you able to articulate what you actually are trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Are you asking me, well, what's your opinion on this? Like,
Correct.
are we going back and forth? And it's not an interview because that's ghetto. Like, what are we doing here?
Are you actually able to pick up on my humor cues?
Are you allowing me to speak?
But is that really
Are
important?
you allowing me
Without
to speak?
speaking over me to
Correct.
Or cutting you off?
Correct.
That's a big thing.
That's a
for
big
me.
one.
Are you allowing me to speak? Are you being self-centered? So if I ask you like, oh, how was your day? And it's just blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
And I, and it's just like, hey,
here I am.
We're on a date together.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have things that you want to hear and want to see going into a date with someone?
Want to hear?
Yeah.
I think I'm an open book.
I would like to hear proper English.
Yeah, proper. Well, you
I don't
know,
want you.
Okay.
With you, I have to use my words.
So
like
that irritates you.
So listen,
oh, irritates me. And that's just with anybody.
Like, what's your intention on dating somebody, right? Like, if you went on a date today,
mm-hmm.
both of y'all, what is your intention on going on this date?
You ready? Ready. The intention. This is going to make me sound so bad. Can you afford me?
So you're looking for a sugar daddy. Your intention is to find a sugar daddy.
No. That's not my intention. I don't want him to pay for me, but I just want to know if I was to relinquish my financial incomings.
That's something you need to find out in the hangout phase. You don't need to. No.
You said on the date.
Yeah.
Most of the
time. By the time you get to the date, you should have been on the hangout, and you should have discussed that already.
No, for me, because I don't date that way. As far as like the hangout,
you should. Start
I know.
So that you can get rid of these 500 J's.
Listen.
But listen, intention. When I'm talking about intention, are you dating? Is your intent to date for marriage? Is your intent?
That's what you meant by
Are
intention.
you going on dates? Like, is your intent because you're trying to find a boyfriend that will lead to marriage?
Boyfriend to lead to marriage.
Are you just casually dating?
No.
Is it like, what's your intention going in?
Boyfriend lead to marriage.
Correct.
Okay, so if that's the case,
but I usually know that before I go on a date.
So then you're not open then when you're going on dates on what you want to hear and see then. Because if that's your intention, then you should be wanting to hear certain things from this man. You should be wanting to see certain things from this man that almost...
It's going to make me comfortable enough.
Let us have it.
And security.
So I can add
yes.
this to my list.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to date somebody to become boyfriend, then obviously, ultimately, you're looking for a husband.
Right.
So what do you want out of a husband? Have you guys ever written that down?
Yeah. That's what I said. Finances. I said what I said.
You did. Okay. There's ain't nothing wrong with that because that's a preference of yours.
It's a 100% preference.
That's
when
great.
you are in a house.
Is that number one for you?
Freaking out, huh?
Is that number one for you?
No, it's number two. My first one is God. That's my first one.
Okay, so,
if he can hear and be led by God.
That's the first thing on mine.
Yes.
So it's God.
I need that.
God is number one.
Yes.
And then finances. So what if you get somebody that loves God? Mm-hmm. He has his finances in order, but he's a dickhead.
Well, I can't deal with that. That's where. Wait, what do you mean by dickhead?
He's an asshole.
I said that word. Okay. What?
He's a dickhead.
Yes.
Maybe he has a control problem. Like
I can't do with that. That's a deal breaker.
So that's what I'm saying. So like, what's your list? Although you have a list of what you want your husband to be on the front end, because sometimes once you start meshing with somebody, obviously they grow into that unless they already are a certain kind of person. But how that looks with you could be totally different. So there are certain things that you should be looking to see, and that's where being chivalrous comes in. Like, is he opening up doors, pulling out chairs, talking? Is he talking over me? Is he? All that comes in there. But looking to hear is you should have a core group of questions that pertain to your character, your morals, that kind of thing, to know that if I'm not hearing anything, then if we're not going to be on the same page, then this is a wash. Even if this is a good guy.
Right.
Because just because he's a good guy doesn't mean that he's good
for
fit.
Me. Right.
Correct.
Right.
Because if you're in alignment with a lot of things, and then especially if you're asking certain questions in a certain way, then he will answer certain things, and it's going to be like, ding. So now you can check it off in your head because it's like, cool.
Right.
So that's what I'm asking on. What do you guys go into it looking to hear certain things and to see certain things? Nubbies, that's cool. Yeah, look for that. Look for the teeth. That's cool too. Yeah. You know what I mean? But what if he's pre-nub, but then 5 of your husband things he's checked off, but then he adds to it some things and you're like, wow.
Yeah.
I'll deal with the pre-nub because I'll just tell him eventually, leave your nails alone.
Right.
I'll dip them in hot sauce so that you don't bite them. But you should be looking to hear certain things going into a date, because then you know how to categorize this individual. And and what if maybe he's hitting on 40% of what you want to hear, so you're kind of like on the fence.
Right.
But the more comfortable you guys got with each other in conversation, and you're just like, I didn't hear this during the hangout or the date, but now that we're more comfortable with one another, he's actually saying X, Y, and Z, because just like women, guys have walls and safeguards up too, so they don't reveal everything. And with most guys, you have to draw out a lot harder and a lot more than you do with a woman. So that's why intentional questions.
I agree.
Yeah, that's why intentional questions are extremely important in what you're doing. So for those of you women who are looking to intentionally date to marry, please just take heed to all of this, because this could solve a lot of y'all problems. They're going to sit down with somebody who's just looking to casually date, like 500.
No, he wanted a relationship.
No, he don't. He said he's on demon time. And
now he is, after our date.
Ma'am, on that date, the reason you ain't getting no straight answers is because he wanted them cheeks.
Listen,
listen.
He gave me them stupid answers.
Yeah, but listen, he ain't asked you nothing about yourself. No man who is really interested,
you head on your shoulders.
who is interested in you is not going to sit there and not ask you no questions.
Listen.
So he wanted the buns.
He definitely did.
He just told you that he wanted a relationship, because that's the thing to do most times is, oh yeah, I want a relationship.
And to be honest with you,
taking me out.
Listen, to be honest with you, I knew that he wasn't a candidate before I went on the date.
So what was your point of the date? Just to go on a date?
To get something to eat. See?
I ain't turned down no meal.
See?
And it wasn't no bad.
At least she's honest.
I am 100% honest about it.
But you know what? If you were honest with him about it, maybe he would have been on that same thing too, and he wouldn't have been sitting there lying to you.
Well, that's why sometimes
honesty goes both ways.
This is the reason why I just pay for the meal.
No, but I'm saying, like, if a woman was honest with me, like, yo, I just want to go out to eat. Good. I'm not gonna put on my good cologne. Listen. I'm gonna come dressed like this.
I still gave him a chance.
No, you didn't.
I did.
You went for the food.
Listen, can I tell you something?
You knew he wasn't a candidate before. How you give him a chance if you knew he wasn't a candidate up front?
Listen, let me tell you something. You ready for this? There was a process. You ready?
Here we go.
So I started.
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. We FaceTimed. As I'm looking, right? There's certain things in the background that's not giving me hope. But I'm like, okay. But it is a nice thing. You know, like holes in the ceiling or paint that's been sitting. No. At home.
Oh.
Why? The paint sitting on the wall.
Did you ask about that?
And it's curling.
Did you ask about it?
That's not my
point. Why not?
Because he said he was proud of his house.
That's an open door to say, if you so proud, how come you got a hole in your ceiling?
No.
How do you even ask a person that?
Because that's what I would do. If you're sitting there, you're saying, "Oh, I'm happy about this." Then
he was happy. No, you happy.
Why you got that?
That don't bother him. I don't need to ask a question that you are blatantly making. You got the paint curling off of the wall so that the paint is touching.
Why didn't you did that? Wait. Can we? Let's rewind to fast forward again.
Right.
We're gonna rewind because you paid for this meal.
No.
Well, then why was you talking about? You know what?
Not this one.
What?
You got anything? Because you said that's why I paid for the meal.
I said this is why I usually pay for my meals.
But this one you didn't. So you got.
You want to know why I didn't pay for this meal?
Why?
Let me tell you. Picture it, Sicily, 1942. We're at the cash register. He looks at me, and I was waiting to see if he was going to say that I can order first. So I ordered first. Now, I had started this new eating thing. And I was like, you know what? Because I'm on this date, I'm just going to pause my eating thing for today, right? Boom, I paused it. I ordered my food, and at the end of me ordering my food, I ordered a brownie. Okay? That man put his hand in the small of my back and the other hand on my belly and patted it. It said, that's where this came from.
You proceeded with the date?
The
way that they would still be pulling me up off of that man at that cash register?
I said, I left and had to call my best friend.
You proceeded? That man showed you a red flag before y'all sat down. First off, patting my stomach. Talk about that's where that came from.
He said, are you sure? No. He said, are you sure you want that? That's where this came from. I said,
was this like a jokey joke? Do y'all have that type of relationship?
No. I didn't. I just was sitting there. I was like.
Dre, stop laughing.
The lady at the cash register looked at, she was like, and I exited stage left and got to get on the phone with my best friend. And so I was on the phone where she's like, leave now.
There's no way that
and
you
I was
should
like,
have
you know
continued
what?
with this date.
Listen, I don't have, and that's another thing I would say I'm afraid to ask about. That's what that man. Listen, I don't typically, I would say that's a flaw. I don't have that strength to just get up and be rude sometimes to me. Even though he was rude to me, I don't show it back. And so that's why I finished the day. My get back was that I got to eat that free meal and I didn't pay for it. Yeah.
That man called you a fat ass Teletubby.
That's what he said.
And you proceeded.
That's what he
with
said.
The date.
The small of my back.
He hit you with one of these. One of these and patted.
Oh man.
And said, that's where that came from.
He said, are you sure you want that?
Now, you was probably feeling good about yourself. You've been doing this eating thing, and you said, you know,
I was down 15 pounds.
All you did was get a little brownie. You could have pigged out and ate 6 brownies. You got one. That man said, funny. This is where that came from.
That's some funny stuff. Whew.
Yeah. 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 I was like, listen, I'm allowed.
Died if I was there.
Oh yeah.
Like I'd have lost
yes,
it.
You would have. Because I just was like, I couldn't even look at him after that.
Oh man.
And then he turned out to be a dumbass.
That's what sealed his fate and patting my stomach.
Oh my.
He didn't even whisper it. He said it out loud like it was a normal joke for the whole restaurant to hear.
What did he do after? Did he laugh? Did he remain?
Yeah, he said. That's where this come from. Looking down because he's taller than me. That's where this came from. Oh, man. Sure you want that?
Oh, very serious.
He was smiling like this. He had that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Whew.
It's all right, though. Yep. So that's why I didn't pay for that meal.
Okay. We'll move on.
As you should.
Wow.
See how open I am?
I love it.
I tell the whole truth.
So listen, this is a general question about everybody in your life. Everybody, okay? What is something that you have been telling people or saying around people that is important to you that they have been missing or overlooking?
Is this just like a serious thing or a...
This could be extremely serious. It could be something passively that kind of like, it could be legit anything though.
I feel like when I tell people like I go through stuff too, like there'd be like so much behind that, but everybody just kind of like, I feel like looks over it or like doesn't take the time to like go deeper with that or inquire more about that because I'm always so like happy-go-lucky. One of my friends, it was like maybe last year sometime, and we were having a conversation. I was just like, yeah, like I was going through a lot this week. Because he was like, why haven't I talked to you? And I'm like, I was going through a lot this week. Like, your girl was down bad. He was like, do you even go through stuff? And I was like, what? He's like, well, you're always so happy and nobody ever knows. I'm just like, nigga, I'm human at the end of the day. Yes. So I just feel like when I am like allowing myself to be vulnerable like that, to admit like, well, hey, I go through stuff too. And it's just like, oh, you're fine. Like, yeah.
Yeah. You're always strong. Always strong.
So with that information, what would, other than like diving deep into like, would you ever take a different approach in,
what do you mean?
In sharing that information?
What do you mean?
Or are you legit like, I'm telling you, like I'm going through something?
I feel like that'd be my intention when I say it. But I don't feel like people catch it. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that's a me thing or is this like a, why don't you know me enough to know like, hey, this isn't really like her. Maybe I should ask more. Yeah. So I'm just not sure who do I need to flat out say, hey, nigga, help me. Or if it's just like a, why aren't you picking up on the cues here? Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
So you shake it off and just keep it pushing.
Yeah. Because then I'll also be having this mindset like, no one's coming to save you. Do this on your own. Like,
mm-hmm.
Do you lean on people that you know you can lean on?
Sometimes. Like, I feel like sometimes, like, I call you a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'll talk to my best friend about stuff. Maj is a good one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then there's also times where it's just like, I don't say nothing to nobody.
Would you change that?
Don't know, and I'm not going to lie.
Okay. All right. Okay. Niche?
You know, I realize that when you go deep, mine's is kind of superficial, and then when I go deep, yours is a little superficial.
Correct.
So the first thing that
balances out.
People don't really take hold when I say that I like gifts. I feel like they completely wash over that. Like, I like gifts. Buy me something.
Do you flat out say, I like gifts? Or do you hint that, oh, I really want that?
I always say, I do it. I set it up perfectly. I'll be like, what is your love language? Mm-hmm. Right? And then I even, with me saying, asking what their love language, if they know what it is, because a lot of men don't know what love language is. I literally go on my phone and I take the test with them to find out. After I find out, then I'm like, okay, cool. Hopefully they ask what mine is.
But then you got that guy with the 500 J's. He was not going to
He wasn't going to ask me that.
That's right.
Mr. Belly Patter.
Mr. Belly Patter.
Because she was asking for brownies.
I just wanted a brownie. He said, you got what you wanted. That's what he said.
Next time, like, love languages are played out. Not literally, but the question. Everybody asks that, right?
Right.
Ask about attachment styles now.
Attachment styles.
That's right.
Got it. So with me
and
saying
take that
that,
quiz and look up the 4 attachment styles.
The 4 attachment styles. Okay. I think I've taken that one. On top of my head, I can't remember.
Disorganized.
Yes.
Secure.
Yes. I was secure.
You were?
I have secure.
Okay.
But
avoidant.
No, I wasn't avoidant. I was secure. But yeah, people don't really say that. They don't understand when I say I like gifts. Mm-hmm. And I'll even tell people, like, I used to lie about not wanting gifts because I thought I was a gold digger. What did you look up?
I just added that question to my list of questions. Okay. I have a running list of questions.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Like, we're getting along here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I asked him. I was like, I didn't want to ask. When I took the test and those questions came up, they would give you this or that, I would pick the opposite one just so I didn't come out to be a gold digger.
What?
Just be honest.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I didn't do that. But now I'm like, listen.
You like gifts, right?
I like gifts.
Yeah, just be honest. You don't want to set nobody up.
My top 3, they were all 1 point from each other. So it's like,
gifts,
for me.
Gifts and gifts.
No. It was gifts, quality time, and physical touch. But
Gifts was number
first.
1.
Then it was physical touch. Then it was quality time.
So then,
yeah.
So what's a way that we can express what we need from the people that we do have in our life that we trust? How can we? Yours is easy.
Yeah.
Buy me a gift.
And spend some time.
Do you want my Christmas list every week or every month?
Buy me a gift. Give me.
That's a gift too.
Some and.
Some what?
Some more and some more.
And.
A wish meat sandwich.
Mm-hmm. And then just spend some time with me after. Very
straightforward.
Very straightforward.
No smash and dash situations.
Don't smash and dash.
Do a little cuddle and a little rub down.
Just a little
forehead kiss.
Listen. That's all I want.
Okay.
Not all I want, but
so that's what's needed for you. So for you, Sile.
Mm-hmm.
I think I just need to be more vocal because no one's a mind reader. Like no one's like a mind reader.
Now
I'm well aware
attention.
of that. So yeah.
But for the people that are in your life, you know that you need to be, or you can know. We're not mind readers, so you have to be more vocal. But when you are vocal, what's needed of the people that are in your life?
I need the opposite party to like acknowledge what I'm saying and like take it serious. Like, my friend, do you go through stuff? What? What? Yes. Oh, I just thought because you were always so happy that. No, I go through stuff. That would have been a perfect time. After I said, oh, well, I've been going through some stuff this week. You know, that's why you didn't talk to me.
What happened?
Like, correct. He did not do that. He did not do that. So it's just like, and then stuff like that caused me to like withdraw even more.
Yeah, shut down.
So it's like, if I'm giving you an opportunity and I'm like, hey, like, I'm giving you a little bit of an inch, take this mile.
Yeah.
And you don't. So it's like, all right, well, make a mental note not to do that again. And that's just how I am. So, yeah.
Since you said that, I got to pay more attention. I'm pretty good with like emotional cues.
And I don't even feel like it happens often.
It doesn't happen here. I know that.
Oh.
We're normally on a different type of time when we're together.
Correct.
So.
Correct.
Dre, don't do that.
Because what is your problem? Do you have something to say?
He 100% gave a look with his lips.
She just said.
What you do?
He said.
You just said you was on a different time whenever you.
We are.
I'm just saying this. Okay. Okay.
DeAndre.
So.
What's yours?
What's my what?
The question.
Why do you be so caught off guard? Like we didn't just ask us the same question.
It's clarity. I see clarity all in everything. I just got to make sure we're on the same page with everything. Oh. So what would you like to know?
Aggravating.
The question you just asked us, we would like for you to answer.
For you to answer.
Okay. Me neither. I can't remember the question because I phrased it in a certain way. But listen, I got another one though.
Here we go.
As we go to close out the show.
Excuse me.
Oh my.
As we go to close out the show, I seen this question and I figured it would definitely be good for you.
Who?
You're gonna like this one.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Who is the king of R&B right now?
I don't know.
Talk about demon time.
That's gonna be somebody from the 90s.
No, he's there right now.
Chris Brown.
Hands down.
I knew that's
right. Oh, yeah, I could say that.
So this was the question. If Usher passed the torch to Chris Brown,
right?
Correct.
Then who does Chris Brown pass it to?
Who knows?
Die with it.
Just keep it, take it with you to the grave.
Bury him with it.
And with when I first seen this joint, I said, well, who gave it to Usher in the first place?
They're probably gonna say Michael Jackson.
But he definitely did.
But he
not.
did. Well, he
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly.
I always forget about R. Kelly. What is Robert doing?
I don't know
these
how.
days?
R. Kelly,
Well,
the king of R&B.
He came out with a song in jail, though.
He passed the torch to Chris Brown.
Yeah.
To Chris Brown.
That's how. No, Usher. No.
No, I'm saying.
No, Usher.
R. Kelly to Usher. Usher to
Usher's
Chris Brown.
a great. He's.
Are you skipping Usher?
Yes.
And we're going straight R. Kelly to
Chris Brown?
Yes.
Why are we skipping Usher?
Why wouldn't we?
Why are we?
Great performer, great songs, great, but he's no R. Kelly. When you're looking for certain songs, right? Certain songs, you go kind of straight to R. Kelly, right? And then there's Chris Brown. And unfortunately, like Usher came along, like R. Kelly came out, early 90s?
I got something.
Early mid 90s?
Let's do this.
Usher was out in mid 90s too, so there's like same era. And right when I guess Usher could have taken over, Chris Brown came on the scene. So there wasn't like it was a gap where it's like, oh, this gap was R. Kelly, then Usher. Usher was kind of like.
So do you feel like Usher never had like a point of time to where it's like Usher got the game on lock right now?
No. In my opinion, no. That is not. But Chris Brown, yes. R. Kelly, absolutely. Unfortunately, Usher was in both of those eras, both of those times. So it wasn't like, now he was right there with him, but it wasn't like you said, he didn't have it on lock.
I do not recall a time where it's like Usher got it on lock, but I will not ignore Usher.
Correct.
Usher,
I agree.
Like you said, great performer, blah, 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 and still at his whatever age he's doing, he's still doing it.
He's still selling out
Still
shows.
giving us songs that even collabing with people like from this. So he's not letting us forget him whatsoever.
Not at all.
No.
Definitely will not. I don't know. I can't discredit Usher. Like I'll go home and be like, Alexa, play Usher.
Which song?
I'll put a variety.
Good Kisser. That's my favorite.
So can't even name a song. You just said variety. But if you Chris Brown,
I would play Chris Brown.
Okay. All right.
I like Good Kisser.
But no, Chris Brown most certainly right now is like, and even for Chris Brown, Chris Brown, I feel like has been consistent since he came out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like, yeah, he had his, whatever that I wish the world would let him. God damn, how long y'all want this man to pay for this? No, for real, because like when I be talking, I love Chris Brown. Everybody know, like I love Chris Brown. Oh my God, he's a woman beater. How the fuck you gonna keep saying that? Rihanna went back to him after he beat upside her head. She ain't mad no more. What are you mad at?
Nope, because they cool now.
But even still, outside of that, like
y'all don't even
people
know
love
man.
Elvis. Elvis was a pervert.
Sure was.
Like, so it's just like, what are we talking about here? But I don't know. I just feel like Chris Brown has been extremely consistent since he came out. The man's catalog is impeccable.
It is.
And I love when I go back to Chris Brown, like mixtape days.
Yes.
Or like if I hear a song that I ain't heard in a long time.
Yes.
And it's just like,
I still
had
know
no
the
business listening to this.
I had no business.
Still know the words.
I know it word for word.
Seeing him in person is crazy. That man is legit a performer. I went to his, to see him on his tour he just did. And they had it broken up into like 4 different acts. When I tell you this man was only off stage for a max of like 2 to 3 minutes in between each act, came back, never lost a beat. I don't know how his voice, the man's mic be on. Not hoarse, not lagging, not you flying through the air. You're upside down. So to the point you're getting stuck. Like performer. I like make my money worthwhile. Yeah. Then he even started this whole little trend that everybody following. Yeah. You gonna pay this money? I'm gonna do whatever you want me to do. You can get on my back. I'm gonna grab your ass. You can sit on my lap. Look at it, took off. Yeah, like So it's Chris Brown hands down.
Yeah.
But outside of Chris Brown, like I don't know. I love Brent Faiyaz. Love him. Like he's a person I want to see in concert. But outside of that, I don't know.
It ain't many that you could think of. That's
that's just like on that type of like on that level.
They got singles that are nice, or a couple of songs. Yeah.
But no, Chris is like hit after hit after hit after feature after feature after feature after. Just like wow, you don't miss, do you?
Yeah, I can't. I went on my phone to see if I can look up like R. Kelly radio and see what songs pop up. But it was all his songs.
See there?
He's a little conceited.
Go blame it on him. It's the radio station. Any takeaways?
I'm gonna pay attention to Sayo's emotional cues a lot more when she drops some hints.
You need to pay attention on.
You're welcome.
You need to pay attention on these dates too.
I did pay attention. Do you see me dating that man?
You should have left sooner.
Yes. Matter of fact, you should even went when you seen that hole in the ceiling. You should have avoided it. Sayo, any takeaways?
I was trying to be nice.
I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind.
Okay, great.
What's yours?
A happy man is God's plan. Hey, with that,
We never said that.
Play the moments.
We never even
talked about that.
And keep the happiness on repeat.
Where did that come from?
Can you please don't hit that freaking button? Like, don't do it. Like,